This is Townsquare Sunday. It's not football, basketball, or baseball anymore. Kids are looking for something else, and some kids anyway. They're looking for something that moves fast, gives them a little bit of a jump start, I guess. BMX bike racing is just that for many kids. In Fairhaven, there's a BMX race course on Bernese Street, for instance. Mike Rotundi and others are hoping to raise some money to make improvements to that course. Mike is here to talk about it. Mike Rotundi, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So how did the BMX track in Fairhaven come about? I get the sense that you were one of the original guys with that.
Yeah, I was. It kind of was just a random idea one day. My friends and I riding the skate park over at Livesey. One of my buddies was just like, "Hey, it'd be cool to have a pump track." It's called a pump track, and they're becoming pretty commonplace. They're sort of popping up all over the country. There's one in Roger Williams Park in Rhode Island that was kind of like, that's sort of kind of gave us the idea to do this, or made it seem like it was possible for us to do this. And Coleman Lopes is his name. He's like, "Hey, it'd be pretty rad to have like a pump track over there or something." I'm like, "Yeah," and then I started thinking about it, and I was kind of just like, "Well, why not?" And I figured I'd just ask the question, at least go to the town and see if that was even a possibility. And went to town hall. They said, you need to go to the Board of Public Works. Went there. They put me on the agenda. Went in there kind of expecting to get shot down. Just, figured they'd just be like, "Yeah, no, great idea," but no. But right away, they're like, "Yeah, we love it. It's a great idea. We just want to make sure that we do it the proper way." So that's how the idea sort of started. And then after that, then it just became a real thing. And then just sort of kind of grew into what it is now. We probably had maybe 4 or 5 meetings. They were just asking, because it's new. Nobody really knew what to expect. So they just asked all the questions, made sure we got all kind of our ducks in a row. And then they gave us the approval to go in. We had to go to conservation first because the land sits pretty close to wetlands over there in Bernese. Got through that, and then that was it. And then we just went and built it. And it's still it's in the works, which is one of the reasons why we're doing this fundraiser. We got a good amount of it built, but not all of it. So that's how it was born.
We want to make clear the fundraiser is August 17th from 11 to 5 at the Fairhaven Pump Track, Bernese Street in Fairhaven. There'll be all kinds of activities there. We'll talk to Mike about it here today. So who built the track? Was it the town, or was it you and volunteers? How did that all come together?
Yeah, it was the town brought in some dirt for us, but we built it 100%. We rented a machine for a weekend, and we got a lot of the big stuff moved around. We, meaning just me and, I don't know, maybe 5-10 other guys. So some guys, show up for a couple hours, and that might be all we get out of them, but, other guys put in more time, this and that. Everyone's busy. We're all older guys with, families and houses and all that sort of stuff. But, yeah, the answer to the question is, as we did, just volunteers, really. And we maintain it, and we're continuing to build it. So, but the town has been very helpful with giving us what we need to get to that point.
And when was the track opened?
We had we started building it, I guess, almost a year ago now. Sometime, I think it was like the 3rd weekend in August is when we started building it. And
of 18?
2018, correct.
Okay.
So we're going on about a year since we originally started it, and we had an official kind of grand opening on October 6th, but we ran into a bunch of bad weather through September, so it was rideable probably the beginning of September, but we had the official grand opening on October 6th, and then it was a rough fall weather-wise, so we didn't get a whole lot of time riding it, but that's when it officially opened.
Is it open to all youngsters from surrounding communities and Fairhaven, or just Fairhaven?
No, it's open. We're welcoming everybody. That's kind of what we're trying to build. We're trying to, we want kids in town. We want everybody to be able to use it. There's really nothing like it in the area. There's like I said, the one out in Roger Williams Park in Rhode Island. But other than that, no, we're trying to get everybody out there to ride it and help maintain it, help build it, and just kind of make it their own. That's sort of the goal with the whole thing.
Is there an admission charge or anything?
No, just respect it. Show up, and we get some rules posted there, and it kind of just says if the track's wet and muddy, don't ride it because that'll damage it. If it's real dry, sweep it. We got some water on site. I got some watering cans, and we ask that it's watered and just kind of respect it and do a little bit of maintenance before you ride it.
Yeah.
But totally free, open to everybody.
Now, just because I'm a crabby old guy, I'm going to ask you this question. So what about liability if somebody gets hurt?
I believe, I don't want to speak too much on that because that's an area I don't know. That's the town approved it, so I believe they went through all the proper channels and made sure that it fell under any kind of insurance. It's town owned. We're just kind of,
It's on a town park.
It's in a town park, yeah. So as far as any liability, I don't know anything about that. I just know that we kind of took on the responsibility of building and maintaining it.
All right. On a good weekend, how many kids might show up?
I don't know. It's kind of strange. Like at first, I've been out there and there might be like 10, 15 kids. I've been going out there. I don't get to go out there a whole lot. I'm scared to go out there now because of all the rain we had.
Sure.
I might go look at it, later on today. But maybe it hasn't been that busy this year. Not when I've been there anyways. I mean, I might see like 2 or 3 kids kind of trickle in and out, but not a whole lot. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not there all the time, so there could be times when there might be like 10 kids or so. I say 10 is about the most I've ever seen there at a given time.
All right. So what does the course feature, and what is a pump track?
Okay. Yeah. No, that's a great question. I talk about it like everybody knows what I'm talking about. So a pump track is just like a series of like rollers, like small hills and berms, which is just a turn basically. And the object of it is to kind of get yourself through that by not having to pedal. So you use the momentum of your bike and your body weight to kind of go up and over things. And that's where the term pump comes from, because you're basically like pumping your arms and your legs to kind of use your weight to get up and over. So that's what a pump track is, and that's what we got out there. It's it's not huge. It's fairly small. Like I said, we're still trying to build some more, and I mean it's doable for really anyone. I mean, kids, as long as they make these little bikes called Strider, but not Strider's a brand, but it's called a balance bike. They don't have pedals, and it's small enough for kids to really just kind of walk up the hills and then roll back down. And my little girl does it. She's 4, and my little boy was on his, actually. Well, she didn't take a liking to it until she was about 3, but my little boy loved it right away. And at 2 years old, he was doing that. The pump track wasn't there at that time, but we went to a BMX track down in Rhode Island. So I mean, it's very, anyone.
So young kids and older kids too.
I mean, I saw there was a guy when we first opened it up from Dartmouth. He was on a mountain bike, which is fine. I call it a BMX pump track. It's really just a pump track for it's off-road bicycles. I call it BMX. That's just what I've done forever. But he was on a mountain bike, and I'm guessing he's late 50s, at least late 50s. And I mean, and I myself, I'm 42. I got friends that are 50 that are still riding BMX bikes, and so really, I mean, anybody that's in good enough physical condition to do that sort of activity.
Sure. I'm Jim Phillips. My guest is Mike Rotundi. He's organizing a fundraiser on August 17th to benefit the BMX Pump Track in Fairhaven. That's located on Bernese Street in Fairhaven. So what's the fundraiser all about? What's the how? So what are we going to see there?
At the fundraiser, what I have planned is we're going to try to dial the track in so that the track will be rideable and fun. We're going to try to get some more stuff there, a little bit bigger stuff for some more experienced type people. It's called the jump line, where nothing huge. It'll all be rollable and things like that, but you'll be able to jump it and get off the ground a little bit. So that'll all be rideable. We're raffling off some bikes. I think we got 4 complete bikes right now. The idea was kind of spawned by some local businesses. GTS Tint Pros guy Tommy approached me and said, "Hey, me and I got some other guys that own businesses in town. We'd love to help out with the track. What can we do? Can we buy a bike or something?" And I was like, "Yeah, that'd be awesome." And if I'm going to do that, I might as well do some kind of event around that. So they're putting up some money and they're buying the bikes for us. So we're going to be raffling that off, and we got some. And they're going to be bought by some bike shops in the area, BMX bike shops, Circuit BMX out of Pawtucket, and Mall's Bike Shop out of Halifax, Massachusetts. They're gonna get the bikes for us, and we're gonna have different bike companies. They're donating some product, so we'll have some product to give out to the kids. Stickers, some shirts, hats, potentially some bike parts. We're gonna have some food. We got an ice cream truck coming, and also we're gonna have some BMX ramps set up there. There's BMX stunt team, Maximum Velocity. They're gonna come down with their ramps, and I'm gonna have some of the local shredders, if you will, some of the really really good kids in the area do some demos all day. So there'll be some pretty neat stuff to watch. Kids doing all kinds of pretty amazing stuff on bicycles.
So, and you're going to collect donations as well?
Yeah, we're always, because the reason we have to buy clay. The town brings in dirt, but the dirt's not really good enough for the bikes to ride on, so we're buying clay, and clay gets expensive. And also we're hoping to get the track 100% built. We'd like to put up some fencing and really kind of landscape the place and make it look good. So I'm hoping to get enough money where we can stop asking for money for a little while. We got a pretty good amount last year. We got a really generous donation from a guy. It was $2,000, but we're almost through that. I got about $500 left, and I'm going to rent a machine next weekend that's going to eat that up. So instead of just constantly asking for money, 'cause I really don't like doing that, I'm hoping to just kind of get a bunch of money from this that we'll be good for a while with the clay. But it should be a good day. Try to raise some money and have some fun,
Yeah, I hope so. I hope you get a big crowd there. So all of the money you raise, whatever it is going to right back into the track.
It goes right back into the track. Yeah. Yep.
All right, very good. And what's the how many volunteers help with the upkeep of the track? First of all, I wanted to ask you about that because I know you do a lot, but you've got, 4 or 5 guys that help you, maybe more?
Yeah, very inconsistently though, because like I said, the guys like the main crew that put this together, we're older guys and we have a lot of responsibilities outside of this. So it's been tough getting people out there, which is another reason I'm trying to do this and promote it and get, I really want to get some mainly like younger kids because they have the time to do it. When I was a kid, that's all I did was ride my bike, and if I had something like this, I would be there all the time. So I'm trying to get more people involved. I mean, it's been honestly like 2 or 3. I'll like schedule these work days at the beginning of the season or after like a rain or something like that. I'll go there and it might be like myself and like 2 or 3 other guys, and it's fairly inconsistent as far as who it is. And I get it. It's just kind of the way it is. It's just everyone's got life going on. But I'm really hoping to kind of build like a community, a scene where kids are just going out there. Like the one in Rhode Island, I mean, guys go out there and they work on it before they ride. They'll spend an hour just kind of fixing things up because that's just the way it is. That's the nature of it. And I think that's kind of cool too because you're just, I don't know, it for younger kids it sort of teaches them like almost like a work ethic. Like this is fun, but it's not built for you. You have to kind of maintain it, and I think it's a good sort of positive thing. But to answer the question, yeah, I mean, I would say I can probably name about 5 guys that I could expect to see there. Might not be all the time, but at least some of the time.
So, Mike, you make no money off this. There's no profit made by anyone regarding this track.
No, absolutely
People can
not.
ride for free. You don't charge anybody.
Yes.
So that's what makes this fundraiser really all the more important.
Right.
There are some things that have to be done, including actually completing the track. So again, this fundraiser, Fairhaven Pump Track, Bernese Street in Fairhaven, August 17th from 11 to 5. BMX demos all day. You can ride the track. There'll be food, ice cream, raffles. You can win some prizes. Complete bikes will be available, raffled off, I assume.
That's correct.
So it really is a fun day for those who ride the track and who support activities for kids. This is another activity for young people, and it's a way for people to get involved. Remember the date, August 17th from 11 to 5 at the Fairhaven Pump Track on Bernese Street in Fairhaven. So, and everyone is welcome here. There's, again, no admission. If you want to make a donation, that's fine. But really, this is the way for you can help out a pretty worthy cause here. It keeps kids off the streets. I can't say it any other way. Kids who like this stuff, they're loyal to it. They'll keep going, right?
That's correct. Yeah, and the weekend. Well, no, what is it? Not this weekend, but the next weekend. I think it's the 3rd and 4th. We're going to be out there trying to build some more stuff and clean up the track. I'm going to rent a machine, and if anybody wants to come out and help out with that, it'd be a good opportunity to get involved and really help us, because we can't get too much help out there.
All right, where can people go to find out more about the event? Do you have a Facebook page?
We do. It's Fairhaven BMX Pump Track on Facebook, and there's also an Instagram page as well. And if anything going on with the track, we post. We don't post all the time, but if we're doing anything out there, then we'll put a post up saying that we'll call it a work day, and try to get some people out there. So if you go on there and follow that, if you're interested, then we'll you'll see the post for it.
What attracted you to BMX?
I had when I was in third grade, I went to a birthday party at Mansfield BMX track that's been gone for years and years. This kid he was into BMX. I got on a bike, that kind of a crappy Columbia BMX bike that I had from Benny's back then, and I just loved it. I was like, this is what I want to do, and I started racing, and that track went away, so I started racing at Cape Cod BMX, which is actually still there to this day. It's in Otis Air Force Base. I was messaging with them earlier, asking them to promote this at the track as well, and that was it. It was one of those things that, here we are 30 something years later, and I'm still doing it, and it's just kind of just a passion that I just loved and still to this day love.
Don't knock Benny's, my wife's favorite store.
I miss it. I love Benny's.
Yeah, it's a great place.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everyone is welcome again, August 17th, 11 to 5, Fairhaven Pump Track Fundraiser at Bernese Street in Fairhaven. What's the name of the park?
It's Pimento Maycumber Park.
Okay.
You can't miss it.
On Bernese Street in Fairhaven. And there's all kinds of things happening that day. If you've never been to a BMX-like track, this may be your first experience with it. But probably if your kids want to go, it may not be your last experience with it. And this is a fledgling effort, but you want to make it into something nice and big.
That's right. We're trying.
That's right. All right. Good luck with this, Mike Rotundi. And
thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for the time. Thank you.
Townsquare Sunday returns in just one moment.